When I was 19 years old, I was privileged to hear a lesson from Nechama Leibovich. The parsha was Hayei Sarah. I remember her modest apartment in Jerusalem near the old central bus station, the iron cabinets that filled the walls on which were arranged pages upon pages, the pages of the week's parsha. And I can't forget her lesson that dealt with a meeting between Abraham's servant and Rebekah. Nechama Leibovich read the verses in a literal manner, pshat, but managed to describe Rebekah's act of kindness in a new and surprising way. Rebekah arrived that usual morning at the spring to draw water for her family, and here she is approached by a man she does not know, a stranger. He asks her, and I quote, "Please, let me sip a little water from your jar." And she agrees, even though she has to take the heavy and full pitcher down from her shoulder and water that man. After drinking, she offers to draw water for his camels as well, and I quote, "I will also draw for your camels until they finish drinking." The Torah says that Abraham's servant had 10 thirsty camels, and that they walked for many days from Canaan to Haran. An average camel can swallow up to 100 liters of water, and Rebekah watered them all, and I quote, "until they finished drinking." How many times did she have to fill the jugs until the camels finished drinking? Remember that there was a separation between the well and the trough, so that the drinking water would not be contaminated by the animals. Despite the difficulty, she is not lazy, and I quote, "Quickly, emptying her jar into the trough, she ran back to the well to draw, and she drew all of his camels." Rebekah's diligence and quickness are reflected in the words, "Vatemaher," she hurried, "Vatarotz," and she ran. And does the foreign man move to help her? Does he do anything? I quote, "The man meanwhile stood gazing at her, silently wondering whether God had made his errand successful or not." From Nechama Leibovich's lesson, I learned that the Torah states in every possible way that Rebekah was chosen because of her qualities. The measure that practically stands out in her is the measure of kindness, chesed. What is this kindness? Natan Zach writes, "We all need kindness. We all need touch. To acquire tenderness, not with money, to obtain it through touch. To give without wanting to take, and not out of a habit." According to Natan Zach, kindness is something we all need. It creates tenderness and contact between people. The measure of kindness was Rebekah's measure, and it is also the measure that most characterizes our people. You just have to look around. It is amazing, an amazing thing that after the trauma and shock we suffered on the 7th of October, people react in this way. People provide varied support for others, fundraising, organizing hot meals, supporting agriculture and the economy of damaged businesses, helping the families of the victims, volunteering with evacuees, and much more. Performing kindness instills in us anew the belief in the goodness of the human heart and in the ability of each and every one of us to multiply the goodness around us. The mutual devotion strengthens and reveals the true powers that we all have. Rebekah's power. Shavua Tov from Schechter.